Hi.
Hi everybody, I have a new scooter.
You have a new scooter.
Yeah, it's made of rust.
Okay. All right. Hi everybody. Today is Saturday, March. What was that? March 10th. Yeah, March 10th, 2018. Well, it's a beautiful day. A little bit overcast, and we have a slight rain, but the temperature is nice and warm. It's not very cold, right? And then we have a little rain this Saturday, and then we have last week we have a little rain as well. So the rain is very welcoming. So now we had a little bit of cold spell 2 weeks ago, and the temperature is really cold, and some of our plants are really suffering. And you can see here, let me turn around and look at our papaya tree. Look at that, because just the cold temperature dip below 40s, and this papaya tree will definitely be feeling it. Okay, so today we're gonna do a few things in our garden. We planted a few things so far. Well, all this, I'll talk about this guy. But can you guys scoot over a little bit, just a little bit?
Yes,
Okay,
sir.
cool. So we haven't planted anything really yet this season, because it's only in March, and I think the temperature is starting to pick up a little bit. It's still a little cold for some plants, but again, we planted some onions, and those are radishes from last season. Okay, as you can see there, I continue to add kitchen scrap to the ground to feed the worms, so to invite the worms to come, and eventually when the temperature start to rise, then the soil will be nice and fertile with all the worms and all the microbes and stuff like that growing. All right, so let me talk about this guy here. Now this is also a radish plant. I just leave them. It grow through the winter. The radish should be, this size, the size of a quarter, larger than a quarter. But you can see here, look at this. It's almost like a gigantic potato growing out of the ground. And it's over almost 3 feet tall. So radishes really love the cool climate. But again, this is over the season already. And they keep growing and produce actually flowers. But I see something very strange here. Look at that. See that? Those are aphids. Look at that. There's a lot of aphids on here. So I might have to remove this. Oh, maybe not. Maybe I just leave them. Because we're not growing anything, so we don't have anything to worry about. So eventually I have to remove the plants anyway. But I just leave them here because it's just growing. Nothing's growing. Okay, and today we're going to do something today as well. You see this here? Those are volunteer tomatoes. They actually sprouted several weeks ago. They don't grow, they don't develop very fast because it's really cold. But you'd be very amazed or surprised to know that tomatoes can stand pretty cold weather, believe it or not. And I'll show you another one. So this, I believe, are the Sweet 100 tomato last season. I had it here, all over here, and I guess they sprouted. So eventually, or maybe today, I will transplant them to a different location permanently. Tomato, I think you can definitely grow tomato now in Southern California, and they won't grow very fast, but they will dig in and they will develop the roots. And once spring arrives, maybe like April, believe me, I have confidence they will take off very fast. So if they can survive through the winter, they will definitely survive now through March and April. Okay, so unless we have a cold spell, like a freezing temperature, but I doubt it. I don't think we're gonna have a freezing temperature. So I will transplant some of this tomato. I think we have 4 of them here. So I'll transplant them out this season, so I don't have to buy the tomatoes. Again, I continue to prep the soil. Every time you see a little stick here, that's where I bury some of the kitchen scrap, so I know where I bury the kitchen scrap. See right there too. So one of the tiny little hole here I dug so far, and eventually I will transplant the tomatoes here, one here, and on the other side. And here again, some of these are radishes from last season. I just leave them. They're very old. Here I want to show you guys the tomatoes that actually fruiting Is that the right terms? Fruiting, yeah, producing fruit. But here, I think it's one of the large variety, maybe the Roma tomatoes. Last season I had it here, and sure enough, the plant actually grew for the last 3 months, and now it's actually producing fruit. You can see here flowers, and here, look at that. Those are the fruits. Look at that. So it's look right there. So tomatoes are very, very resilient. They're very tough actually, and again they start growing and producing fruit. Okay, so one more plant I want to show you guys before I go. Voila! Look at this. Look at the beautiful strawberry. But unfortunately, when you have strawberry on the ground like this, look at this. Look at that. The roly-polies are munching on them. This is such a beautiful fruit here. So all the strawberry here were last season, and they kind of propagate themselves. They multiply like this, and all this here, and they actually produce strawberry without much care from me at all. So you can see there some more strawberry there. Look at that. So I'll probably give them some fertilizer or something, some compost, and boost them up. But very, very sad. Again, the fruits, when the fruit touch the ground, look at that. Insect will just have the feast here. Last season I kind of erect the fruit up a little bit so it won't touch the ground, and then the roly-polies will not eat them. But anyway, that's just the way it is. All right, so this side here, eventually I'll have some tomato growing here, and that's all the way over there. That's our passion fruit vine. All right, okay, so that's the video for today. Again, you need to continue to prep the soil to make sure there are sufficient nutrients, and especially the microorganism and the worms. You do need to have them in the soil in order to produce good fertile soil year after year. You might be surprised to find that even though through the winter the soil is very, very dry, and we have several spells of rain here, but the soil is still very dry, believe it or not, because there's not much activity in the soil, so therefore the soil tends to get drier. Okay, all right, well, thank you for watching, and let me get back to work. I will definitely need some more compost, and I will have to buy some commercial compost. And I did last week. I did went to the store and bought some worm casting, very beautiful worm casting, and I will add it to the soil. And you can see a lot of telltale sign here. This is eggshells. You can see that because I continue to add kitchen scrap to the soil to feed the soil. All right, well, thank you for watching, and please tune in, and we will start our garden very soon for the spring season. Well, hope to see you again. Happy gardening, and please subscribe to our channel. We appreciate that. Thank you.